What's up guys, this video is going to be about making faces, so I'm just going to go through these individually just to highlight some of the things that you need to look out for when you're making or going to do a face using photogrammetry. But I've made all these up using a program called Zephyr, and it's a free version, and I haven't used any filters or anything like that. I've actually spent the time myself in ZBrush just cleaning them up, like smoothing out all the bumps and drawing the hair myself, just in case you wondered how the hair's done. So yeah, you're gonna have to do that, and you're gonna have to do the eyeballs as well yourself. Alright, so I'm just gonna do a couple of close-ups now. But one thing you can do is you can arrange the kind of the hair sometimes just to help the model stand up, which is what I've done in this case here. I do leave some of the clothes on as well if it comes out nicely on the program, but let's say if it doesn't work out, then I just chop it off on the head. I had quite a lot more of this one in fact, so I just cut this one down because it was the maximum size of the build plate on the Mars Pro 2, but that one came out really well. This one was done with the Note 4, as most of them were. This one was done with a Galaxy S8 Plus, and this one was actually done with a Canon Mark III, I think. This one was done with the S8 Plus. Curly hair, I hate curly hair, but whatever, you're gonna have to learn how to be like a digital hairdresser. Like this stubble here as well, this was just like left in scan stubble, I haven't actually touched it. As opposed to, let's say, this guy's stubble, which I have kind of manually drawn a little bit. This one I kind of made him pull a funny face. It kind of came out alright. I made him into a Terminator in one of my other videos, but this is with him without the Terminator look. Again, I improved his hair and stuff like that. This was with the Note 4 as well. Yeah, this one came out really well. So this one, yeah, this is probably the one that came out one of the best. This got such a good likeness to him as well, so I'm really happy with the way this one came out. And last but not least, you've got the classic, what do you do with guys with glasses? Well, I did try and do someone with glasses here, and it's all printed in one, so it's printed completely, glasses included. And I've got to be honest with you, I broke the glasses there, and I broke the glasses when it connects to his eyes, because this is like hyper realistic style in the fact that it is literally just supported by those two little holdings onto the kind of nose kind of rest on the glasses. And this stuff just tends to be just really fragile. Do not even attempt to kind of clean this edge up with the like pliers after it's cured. You're just going to split it immediately, no matter what you think. You have to sand it off if you've already cured it. Otherwise, do it all before you cure it. Otherwise, it will just break. I've decided to leave the little bits of imperfection on the glasses because I don't really want to print it again. But I'm super happy with it now. I mean, it adds so much kind of likeness. If you know someone with glasses and you model them without glasses, then they tend not to look like them. So you may want to do the glasses. I scan the glasses separately, by the way, and then I put the glasses back on in ZBrush or 3D Studio or whatever, Blender, whatever you want to use, and then boolean it all together in ZBrush and print it out. Right, I don't have screen recording software, but just go to the Zephyr website and download the Zephyr free. I don't think it's available for Mac. So choose any one of those mirrors and download it. Alright, so this is the video I've done. I might do a full screen version because it's probably irritating you watching me doing something on a screen, but I can talk over it quite happily this time. So essentially what I'm doing is I've chosen a nice white day, clear sky, no sunshine, and I'm literally going around in sections. Now the reason I do these little stops is so that the camera has a time to kind of focus much sharply than kind of just casually, because otherwise you might get a little bit of motion blur, and ideally you want razor sharp images. You cannot have any blur, it's just going to ruin your photos. You want super sharp images, and I'm only using a phone because let's say if you want to scan someone on a random day out, you're not going to have your SLR with you or something like that. So you can do this anytime you want. I've shot this in 4K because my S8 Plus does not go higher than 4K, but I'd hit 8K on new cameras. And I'd also do this kind of stuttering kind of filming, because if you kind of film and then kind of go back a bit, your camera kind of refocuses and you get that one kind of super sharp frame. And then now essentially I'm going to show you the frames I'm taking out from it. And if I just kind of zoom in, hopefully you can see it on that camera, but I'm just looking for no motion blur on the hair. If you look around and you see motion blur on the hair, you know there's going to be motion blur in other places. But if you look at like stubble and stuff and you've got sharp stubble, then you're alright. So I've basically gone through all of it, kind of double checking that everything's cool. So yeah, these are the photos I took, just to show you. These are the stills. As you can see, the exposure does change and the lightness does change. Like there, it goes a lot darker, whatever. Just, you know, I find the, you know, worrying about white balance and stuff like that, I don't even bother. I just film it and make sure it's all in focus. And try and make sure the tops of heads don't white out and you don't have super white edges like backlighting and stuff like that. You don't want any backlighting, and try not to make the dark areas like pure black. I mean, if there's a bit of detail, it'll be alright, but if it's pure black, there's obviously not going to be any detail. So there you go, all of that. And again, the head is quite light, but it's done alright in this sense. But there you go, I just thought I'd show you all the photos. Alright, so you just go to workflow, new project, and you come up with this window. And then you can say compute after, whatever, I don't bother. I just click on mask images. Now this is very important because you're going to have to mask your people out of the backgrounds to not confuse the tracker. So click on that mask images, check for pre-calibrated camera data online, whatever, blah blah. Then what you do is, this is where you select all your images. So you've got to come in here, and then here they are. So we're just going to take these stills, turn that off. Turn that off, turn that off, and turn that off, and then you click open. So you've loaded them all up, then you click next. Now, because I have masked them, all the masks come up. But for this, just to show you what you need to do, I'm going to launch Masquerade, which is quite cool. It's an internal masking program. So this is basically what I've got. So I can go through it all, and I can show you, you know, every frame has been masked off. And as you can see, the mask, and what you want is in red and what you don't want is in blue, and it's super easy. So I'm just going to, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to go over this one here and zoom in. So what I'm going to do is just clear it all. Yep, so that's all cleared. Now literally, it's literally, you just go like that, and the program sorts it all out for you, done. And then you might have to clear up these edges around here, but that's the kind of manual labour you have to do, so it's not too bad. And then you just go bit by bit, patch a bit, take a bit away. And anyway, you go through all the photos like that. With the pro version you can use Photoshop to do it, with the free version you have to do it inside, but I've got no problem with that. So anyway, once you've all done all that, close the Masquerade down, discard all that, and then click next. And then you've got all of this kind of calibration. It'll ask you online, yeah, we found this camera, blah blah blah, next. And now on this section, I always put on human body, and I put it on deep, and then the next one, you just click run. And now I've already run this, so I'm just going to load up what it comes up with. So file, open recent, dense point cloud. So this is what it'll come up with, which is a sparse point cloud. You can probably barely see it on the screen. To be honest with you, I can barely see it on my laptop but whatever, I'm not going to get into that now. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do now is, essentially you'll see an image composed of thousands of dots, and essentially if you click on this, it will take you to that image, and then you'll see essentially what your image is in dots over the image, or your kind of 3D model here. It's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to describe. Okay, you know, zooming it out you can see it more clearly, but it does tend to chop the top of the head off it as well. But anyway, there you go. So you go around and you kind of, I'll probably draw it on paper easier because I can't show you on the screen, it's too tiny dots. And you delete the dots. Let's say if you've got a line and you've got dots outside of that line of dots, get rid of the ones that don't look like they belong to the kind of object basically. And after that you just click workflow, and then kind of next, or here advanced dense point cloud generation, but I've already done that as well. So here's my dense point cloud, which is here, click. So that's my dense point cloud. Let me just move that. So as you can see, it's already pretty much there. And then once it's done that, you just click mesh creation, which I think is this button here, and that's textured mesh export, and then export it. as in you can click whatever you want. I always do it as an OBJ and then export. So after that we're going to go into ZBrush. So let's say this as the pure render isn't actually that bad. You might think, oh, it's horrible, but it's not that bad. All I kind of do to this one is, as I kind of show you here, if I click on this button, you can see I'm progressively taking off little bits that I don't like. I've deliberately not altered the model. I'll load another version up, so load this one up here, see? So essentially, if that's my first one, then I show the last one, all I've gone is gone over the model, deleting and erasing bits that I didn't like. As you can see, before, after, before, after. Essentially, all I've done is gone over it, deleting bits that I don't like, which is mainly the kind of, let's see the ears, let's see before, after, just essentially cleaning it up. So before, after, before, after, and that's pretty much it. It's you know, you can clean it up as much as you want, and then the final one's here. This is what I've done for the final. Popped in some eyes, which always helps, otherwise things look weird without eyes. Didn't have to do any hair, which is great, so there you go. And that's it. So if you can do that, you can make anything you want. So you can scan anyone you want. So for the sake of this tutorial, you're probably wondering I haven't shown you how to do anything yet. So essentially take your brushes. I generally use the clay build-up brush for pretty much everything. And I use a smaller size here. And we're literally just going to go over the model, looking at bits, going, I don't like that. Knock it down, knock it down, knock it down, smooth it out, knock it down. Whoops, undo that. And that's it. Knock it down a bit, knock it down, mash it down, mash it down, mash it down, mash it down, raise it a bit, smooth it a bit, raise it a bit there, going like that, maybe go around, knock that one down, knock that one down, knock that one down. Try and work quick, otherwise it's going to take you all day. Just move it down, 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 blur it a bit, down, down, blur it. Just go through it. Learn to work fast, because otherwise this stuff is going to take you all day. Now I can do them pretty quickly, so just go around like that. You look at it from a distance, look at it close up. Oh, well, obviously the nose, you generally go in here and just draw the nostrils in. We'll retopologize it later and fill up the nose, because we don't have enough polygons for that. As you can see, the polygons on the bottom are very sparse as well. So there you go. Anyway, yeah, the eyes are always a bit tricky, but this one actually came out really good. So just kind of, you have to blur your eyes a bit and think, right, what does that actually look like? And what I tend to do is I kind of minimize this window and have my picture panel next to it, so I can see one frame of it, and then I have it as a frame of reference, and I kind of just go over it here. So generally smooth that out, because the eyelashes tend to stick out a bit. Fill up that hole in there a bit, fill it up a bit more, done. Then we'll kind of go out here, patch that, patch that, patch that, smooth that, draw that round, kind of draw lines round. We don't want that weird lump there, go around. If you you can catch my drift here, there's a weird lump there, which I don't know what that is either, so I'll just knock that all down. And come down there, come down there, come down there, blur that a bit. Done, 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 done. Alright, what else have we got? We got some. Now if you look from the sides, you'll have loads of these spiky ones, just like here as well. You have all of that stuff. You just want to smooth all that out, really. It's nothing, it's not the end of the world. Frame. As you can see here, you got all these weird bits and bobs around here. What I tend to do is a neat trick that I've got, I don't know if I actually copied it off someone on the internet, is I use hide PT, close holes, and delete hidden a lot. So if you've got loads of areas that you just want to pick, like here, let's say I want to just get rid of that whole area there, what I'll do is I'll just, hold on, where's the mask button? Whoops. I will just mask it off like that, then I'll reverse the mask, hide PT, that will get rid of it. Then I'll del hidden and close holes, and that just kind of gets rid of that whole kind of area. Anyway, I don't need to worry about it because it's got weird stuff. So wherever you've got little geometry poking out, like here for example, just get rid of it, delete it all, and there you go. That's how you kind of make a face. Obviously if you use a better camera, a nice focus, you know, like one of these super 50 megapixel or 80-100 whatever, like a, I don't know, R5 or something, and got perfect lighting conditions, you really need to do much less of this than I do. But again, you know, there's always a little bit to do. The eyes are always a problem area, kind of the lips come, and the nose. But my main reason the nose didn't come out was because I didn't actually take any underneath photos because my camera ran out of batteries. So I only had literally I think 1 minute 30 of video of filming him. And the first half was rubbish anyway, so I only used the second half and I didn't have enough, so I was pretty happy that it came out as good as it did anyway. But there you go, that's pretty much what I do. And there we have the finished print, so they can see that's what it looks like. Kind of left all that fragmented stuff on there. So here's a close-up, just thought I'd do some closer up stuff and show you all the angles. And yeah, there you go. So in a nutshell, that's it. That's what you get. That's with an S8 Plus and Zephyr 3. 45 photos, I think. Here's a fun thing. I scanned a friend's face and I kind of gave her a manga ears and stuff like that. She loves her anime and stuff like that. And just a hint for other people, if you find your skin tones of resins to be really off, then just add some grey to it. This is the same as this one with just some grey to it, and it already looks way more realistic. This one I actually printed glow in the hair dark with this one, so this one is glow in the dark hair. I did a Piers Morgan, as you can see. There's Piers Morgan, and that's again scanned using the same methods I did before, and then hollow again. So there you go. This method works, it's pretty easy. Yeah, even the shirt was all scanned. All of this is pure, you know, Zephyr data as well. So there you go. That's how you do it. You want some scanning faces, get your S8. This was done with the 5D Mark 5, 3, 4, whatever, something like that. Anyway, that's it for me. Peace, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll do a better one later. I'm sorry, I haven't done a video in ages, and I just thought I wanted to get something done just to get my juices going again. So hope you've liked that. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, any questions on what you want the other video to be like. I'll do more in-depth ZBrushing and more Zephyr stuff, because the menus are probably going to be different to when you're doing it, or whatever. But essentially just follow the menus. Once you click new in Zephyr, just click on the highest settings for everything. So like there's a human body, then ultra or human deep, whatever the top settings is, do it, and then that's it. Alright, so yeah, if you want to take the hair off, I just figured it out, it's quite easy, just wobble it off. So there you go. This was modelled over a cylinder, which means it has to be purely vertical, because obviously anything that sticks out isn't going to go in. So model a cylinder over this that just goes outside ever so slightly, and obviously the ears have been chopped down, so it's completely vertical like that. And then take that cylinder and subtract it from the center of your hair, and that way you'll be able to just chuck it on top, super easy. Hope that helps. If not, I'll do another tutorial another time. Thanks for watching, and peace.